Hey everybody, Tamara Beatty here, voice and performance coach. Today I am talking about how long to warm up. So I get this question a lot. How long should I warm up before my gig? What should I be doing? Is 10 minutes enough? What about 5 minutes? Could I get away with that? Do I need 30 minutes? I think I need 45 minutes to warm up. There are lots of different ideas about warm-ups and how long to do them. So I just wanted to talk about that in today's video. So the very first thing I want to say is that there are many different ways to warm up your voice. One of the most popular ways is to do voice exercises. Some people get those voice exercises from online. My preferred way to give exercises is to give custom ones. So to really listen to somebody and make sure that they're getting what they need, they know how to do it, they're seeing the progress, and then we kind of go from there. But either way, voice exercises is one way to do it. Another way to do it is through warming up through songs. Lots of people, when they warm up for shows and things like that, they're just picking a selection of songs. And I'll actually do a little video on that because I think that that would be really useful and helpful for those who might not be used to doing exercises. One thing I will say, though, is those people who have never done exercises, you don't want to probably jump into doing exercises like 30 minutes if you've never done them before. If you like them, go ahead and do that. But if not, then you might want to kind of find your way over to doing exercises. And when you get exercises that work for you, you'll feel motivated. So that's why I really recommend customizing your warm-up so you know you've got what you need. But songs is a second way to do it. Some people go another way and they just make sounds. The amount of people that I talk to when I say, what do you do to warm up? They're like, oh, I have a set warm up. I say, what do you do? And they're like, well, I do lip trills. I do this. And I think, wow, so many people when they're belting, if you're just doing a lip trill and then you're going on over into that, that's kind of a huge gap. But hey, if it works for you, I'm not going to say anything about it. But making sounds, wee, doing things like that. Sort of open up your voice, explore your voice, get the cobwebs out. Great, go ahead and do that. That's another way to do it. Of course, there's people who do physical warm-ups where they get in the zone, or they might even have a superstition. There's lots of different ways to do a warm-up, so there's not one way. So now that we've got that out of the way, time. How long do you warm up? I want to say that you can warm up quickly, especially if you are used to doing warm-ups. You know what you can cut out. You know when your voice feels good, what things you can skip, what things, are better to start with. If you're going to go gradually, you want to make sure that you have that feel of understanding where do you start and where do you go, or maybe you can start in the middle. So amount of time really depends on a few different factors. So I want to go over some of those factors. But I want to just drill home that, 10 minutes is a good amount to warm up for many people. Some people are just going to need more than that, and other people might need less than that. But let's just say 10 minutes is a good starting point. And if you are wanting a kind of a warm-up workout, because I do think that they are different, but I've kind of got a hybrid warm-up workout online. It's a stability program or a low chest voice workout, I think I've renamed it. And it is a great one to just do if you're not used to doing a whole bunch of warm-ups. It's 9 minutes long, and you can start there. But essentially, let's go over some things to consider when you're doing a warm-up. Very first thing is, what are you warming up for? Are you warming up for a show? Is the show demanding? Is it 4 hours long or is it 10 minutes long? So you kind of want to make sure that what you're doing to ramp up your voice, matches what you're about to do. You don't want to just sing la, 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 and then all of a sudden go ahead and belt your face off. Again, if that works for you, I'm not going to say it's the wrong thing, but most people, when they do that, they're going to do one, do the other, and go, oh my God, my voice doesn't feel warmed up. And I'm going to say, well, yeah, it's because the warm-up did not match at all what you're about to do. So anyways, when you are warming up for a show, sort of consider the amount of time and demands that you're going to be using your voice for. The second thing that you might warm up for is going into the studio. It could be considered similar to warming up for a show, but it might not be as demanding. Or it might feel more demanding because you're doing something on repeat over and over and over again. When you're in the studio, you might warm up a little bit and then stretch and warm up in the middle a little bit and just, make sure that your voice feels good throughout. But either way, warming up for the recording studio is another one. The third thing to warm up for is to practice. So a lot of people have a daily warm up and that's their practice. Other people warm up and then they sing songs or they do harder things. So the warm up, just like working out your body, sort of serves as that thing that you do before you're about to do something a little bit more demanding. So you might be warming up for practice. And you know what? There's a gazillion other things you could be warming up for. Auditions, you might be warming up to work out super, super hard. There's lots of different things. Just consider, what are you doing? And then just make sure that whatever you do for your warm up, that you feel ready. So that actually brings me to my next point, that to me, the most important thing about how long you're going to warm up is based on, if you are feeling fatigue. So if you're singing songs and your voice gets fatigued after, you might be wanting to do a warm-up to allow for your voice to feel ready and to not just jar into your working out. But if you are warming up and then you're feeling fatigued either before you start, which we don't want, or after you're done singing, then you might kind of look at your warm-up and go, I'm either not doing it right or this is not the right warm-up for me. Either way, you want to switch that out or switch the way that you're doing it in order to make sure that you should feel fresh when you're about to do your singing, and after you're singing, it should have sustained you a really good way. Of course, you might have to work on your fitness level just in general in order to not feel fatigued, but that's something to think about. So if we were just to look at this as an overview, we would say, how long is a good time to warm up? Well, so far we know that 10 minutes can be good, but if that's not enough, you might have to do a little bit extra. 20 minutes for somebody who's used to it is going to feel like a breeze. For somebody who's new, that's going to feel like a long time. And 30 or 40 minutes for a voice that takes a little extra time to ramp up can be very helpful. You can start with something nice and simple for 10 minutes, kind of go to the next level, and then get to a level that's closer to your demand in your songs in your last kind of 10 minutes of your warm-up. Your warm-up, really, it doesn't really matter how long it is, as long as you feel good, you feel ready, your voice is prepared. So set your time accordingly, but I would start with 10 minutes, and then you can always stack from there. Now, I actually have a Condition Your Voice workout pack, which has kind of 3 warm-ups, 4 training programs, a warm down, got a whole bunch of a collection of different programs if you don't have the programs you need. And I walk through each one, how to do each one, when to do it. And with the warm-ups, there's 3 different ranges. So you can start with 1, and then if that was too easy, you go to 2, and then to 3, and you can even stack them if you're looking for a 30 minutes. So anyways, I go over all of that in there. If you're interested, go ahead and check that out in those links below. And just in general, I want you to get what you need as a singer. You're putting in time and money and effort. So if you're interested in something cool that I've got going on here, which is my app I'm so excited about, if you want to know about that, then check the links. Just basically check the links out if you're interested in other things. Have a great day. Happy singing and take care. Okay, bye-bye.